Hello and what is up, guys? My name is Jager-M from Screencasterz. Coming to you now a deck profile update of my Chaos Dragons. Yes, this is one of my favorite decks to play. It's a big cornerstone of my channel and how my Chaos Dragons and how I build them. I separated them into different builds of the deck. Like the previous build was based heavily on synchrons, like Jet Synchron and so forth. Yeah, so this build is focused a little bit on the Shaddolls, but don't worry, we do not run Shaddol Fusion, because that'll make it basically into a variant of Shaddolls, and it's more of a means to an end. But back to what I'm saying, in case you haven't noticed, I did include a side deck into this deck profile, so, you know, to save me some time in the comment sections and every one of my videos, right? But yeah, this is my Chaos Dragon deck profile. First things first, I would like to get this video to 15 likes, so I can get into the next one. It really shows me that you guys are loving the deck profile. And my Chaos Dragons are a really fun deck to play. It's a very beloved deck. I've been talking for a little bit too long. So in short, this deck profile, guys, let's get this video to 15 likes. I am going to do a combo video for the previous Chaos Dragon deck. But since it is updated, I'll just carry on the combo into doing a combo for this deck, alright? Because it'll save time. So without further ado, I've been talking for too long. Let's get to deck profile. This is Chaos Dragons, this is fun, and this is the deck profile. Yay! So, first things first. We do one Red Eyes Darkness Metal, one DAD, and one BLS, kind of self-explanatory. They have their own parts. The deck is built to basically get these guys out as soon as possible. Then we do 3 Light Pulsar Dragon. Kind of self-explanatory himself as well. Send a light and dark from your hand to the graveyard, special summon him from the graveyard, and banish the light and dark from your graveyard to bring out another one. He's level 6, you can make Michael with him in a level 1 tuner. He's a dragon, and he brings back Red Eyes Darkness Metal if he dies, so that's cool. As well as any of your Dark Dragon Synchros. I did cut Chaos Sorcerer and Gores, but I'll get into that in a second. We are doing 2 Black Baby Dragon, 2 White Baby Dragon, and still the 1 Eclipse Wyvern. Now, Eclipse Wyvern is really good at 1. I don't see a need for any more than. If Chaos Emperor does come back, I might bump this to 2, but we'll see. But yeah, the Baby Dragons, they're your source for levels for Synchros. They replace themselves. They're like mini floaters. You can also do some cool things with them. So yeah, just Light and Dark's the working grave, and as well as Synchro material. Then onto the Light Sword engine. Light Sword's always had a source of lights for the deck, which is the Light Sword engine, as I said before. We're doing 3 Raiden, double Lumina. Is it focusing? Damn, it's always on the Lumina. She's so shiny. And double Lila. Oh, and 1 Felice. Let's try and make this look a little bit better there. There we go. Alright, so the Raiden, he's a level 4 tuner. You get your mills. 4 free mills is nothing to complain about. Lumina, you can bring back the Raiden. Lila pops back row. And I wasn't running the Felice originally, but I decided to put her instead of Wolf. Mainly because she's a tuner, and I did cut a lot of the tuners from the deck, like Plague Spur Zombie. Because I found myself that I was tuner locking myself a lot recently. Like I had so many tuners on the field, but nothing to synchro. There we go. Synchro them up with, and that was kind of like an issue because, you know, I couldn't really do anything, so I just put Felice in here. She's another solar recharge target, because I want to bump into 3 solar recharge, but I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, if you mill her with a monster effect, she comes out. You can send her from the field to the graveyard, destroy a card, and mill 3 cards, which they're not to like. And she's also level 4 with 2000 body, and yeah, these are your light swords that get you your mills, and basically get you to your grave setup. Now, Chaos Dragons always had a light engine, but they didn't really have a dark engine. I think I remedied that with this engine. This is the Shaddol engine of the deck. We do 2 Squamata, 2 Beast, and 1 Dragon. I was always playing Dragon in Chaos Dragons, obviously, but I mean Shaddol Dragon. Because he works in the, when he's milled. If he's milled, you can destroy a spell trap on the field. He's also a main deck Christia out, because he bounces it. But I also decided to add these 2 in because Squamata become any Shaddol you want engraved. So, you know, you could Foolish Burial this guy out, and you can send Beast to get a draw, and then your deck out by 3 cards. Or you can send Dragon to pop a back row, and you'll still have 2 Darks engraved. Which helps set up Dark Armed, as well as get some free Darks in the deck, as well as milling. And deck thinning out. So, yeah. And whenever you mill Beast in any way, basically, when you send it to the graveyard, you get to draw a card. Pretty good. I'm considering a Falco, but that's for a separate time. Yeah, so this should all engine of the deck. I am considering bumping Squamata 2-3 and putting in a Falco, but that'll be a different time. They also are sources of levels for synchros. And speaking of synchros, we still run the 2 Jet Synchron, the 1 Glow Up Bulb, and last of the monsters, we do 1 Gen X Ally Birdman. As I said before, I did cut Plague Spreader from the deck. Mainly he was there for level 8 plays with the Light Pulsar and as a Dark Engrave. But I really felt the need to cut him because I had so many tuners. Like I had the 3 Raidens, the 2 Jet Synchron, the 1 Glow Up Bulb, the 1 Birdman, the 2 Effect Veilers. There were so many tuners, but I didn't have as much to synchro with. But with the Shaddolls, as well as the Light Swords and Baby Dragons, I kind of remedied that a little bit. So that's pretty good. Jet Synchron, he works when he's milled. That's why he's the only Synchron we play. Basically, you send a card from your hand to the graveyard, bring him back, he's banished afterward. But you also search him out with tuning, as well as with a Self Synchron, you know, to manipulate his own level. So that's pretty cool. Glow Up Bulb, when he's in graveyard, you mill a card, bring him back. You only need 1 because the effect is once per duel. Gen X Ally Birdman, you could bounce a card you have, and you can bring him out, he's banished afterward. But if you mill him, he's just another good Dark. So yeah, level 3, he can make... what is this? Leo with any of your level 7s. You can make, what is it called? Michael with White Baby Dragon. There's a lot of cool things you can do with them. You can also make Goyo with Lumina, so that's pretty good. That's the last of the monsters. On to these spells. We do 2 Solar Recharge, 2 Charged Light Brigade. I always want to bump Solar Recharge 2-3, but I just never, like, it just doesn't work, honestly. Like, I put so many cards to make it so it's always live. Like the 1 Rhoda. But for example, like, I don't really resolve it twice. It's usually either milled or I have it but no Light Sword in hand. But now with the Rhoda, because it only has 3 targets, which is the 3 Raiden, I kind of remedied that. So I'm going to try 3 Solar Recharge later on. But yeah, this gets your mills and your draws. Pretty powerful. Charged Light Brigade searches out your target full Solar Recharge. Get to mill 3 cards and get a search. What's there not to like? Rhoda searches out your Raiden. Tuning searches out your Jet Synchron and get you a free mill. 1-for-1 searches out Glow Up Bulb or Jet Synchron and special summons them and fills up your graveyard by discarding a card, a monster specifically. And it does kind of have a downside where you have to discard a monster. But since this is a very monster heavy deck, that's kind of not really relevant. Will Mind Control take your opponent's monsters and synchro with them? Foolish Barrel, send that last light for BLS, for last dark for Dark Arm Dragon. And 1 Soul Charge for the comeback play. I was running Raigeki, but I decided to cut it because Soul Charge overall is better right now. Because we can get rid of monsters really easy with like Black Rose and BLS and Michael and so forth. But if we're in a really tough bind, our graveyard is usually filled up by turn 2. Well, our second turn. So this will basically make us make those unbreakable boards. So it's pretty good. A lot better for me personally. But you could run the Raigeki if you felt the need for it. And for last of the main deck, we do 2 traps. Which is the 2 Breakthrough Skills. I don't know why my camera's messing up. But anyway, 2 Breakthrough Skills really good. Works in the graveyard. I might cut it for Royal of the Crease. It'll be a different time. Monster effects are really prevalent this format. So yeah. On to the extra deck. We do a lot of level 5s with 1 Armatis. 1 TG Hyper Librarian. Don't worry, I'll get to that in a second. 1 Accel Synchron and 1 Jet Warrior for the level 5s. Running along real quick is Jet Warrior. You can make them with Jet Synchron on any level 4 free bounces. Nothing to complain about. Accel Synchron, you can search out your... I don't know why it's doing that, but Accel Synchron, you can search out your Jet Synchron. And that's really powerful because you can get a free mill, which is just Jet Synchron. But you could also, he's also level 4 Dark Tuner, so you can make Beals with him. He's level 5 Tuner, but if you send Jet Synchron, you can lower his level by 1, it becomes level 4. So that's pretty good with that. Hyper Librarian, we have so many synchros in the deck, and we synchro up a storm really quick in this deck. So yeah, might as well bring them out first, get some free draws and free pluses as you're synchroing up and establishing your board. Further your plays a little bit in Armatis. I chose him over Catastrophe. I was running both, but I had to make room for the Librarian. Armatis, if he attacks, your opponent cannot activate anything, but you can, so it's really good. We do 1 level 6, which is the Goyo Guardian. It's a strong body, steal your opponent's monsters, and synchro with them. We do 3 7s. 2 Michael, and 1 Black Rose. If I get a clear ring, I will cut this for the clear ring, because Black Rose isn't as good this form as I like him to be. He's usually there to nuke the back row, as well as anything else as we continue going for game. But yeah, Michael, you could banish a card on the field by paying 1,000, that's pretty good, and he mills for you. As well as being a level 7 light dragon that you can bring back with Red MD after you already synchro with them. It's a pretty cool thing with that. And at 2,600 bodies, nothing to complain about. Onto the 8s, we do 1 Beals, 1 Stardust Dragon, 1 Stardust Spark Dragon, and 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend's got 3,000 body, and he can nuke face-up attack position monsters if they're not to like. Over these two, I choose Stardust to bring out first, like just original Stardust. But it's really powerful if you get both of them on field, because Stardust can protect anything you want during either player's turn, make it once cannot be destroyed by battle, or card effects. But Stardust protects your whole board, so it's kind of up in the air between these two. Beals is kind of the bait. They basically have to do a lot of resources to get rid of them, and that's pretty good, considering that we could use those, they can't use those resources against us over our real monsters we want to bring out, which is Red MD, Dad, and so forth. So that's the level 8s. We do 1 level 10. Which is Leo. I mean, you could theoretically put in a Trishula. I mean, it's not that hard to make. I mean, I have one, I just don't put it in here. Like, you can do it with, like, a level 1 tuner, any of the 9, any of the 2 level 4s, but that's pretty good. I chose Leo over it. And onto the Xyz, we do just 2. We do 1 rank 3, which is Levier, and 1 rank 6, which is Utopia Beyond. He's a really powerful card. I choose him over any other rank 6. If I had M7, I might consider it. But he's got 3,000 body, makes all your opponent's monsters 0 attack, which is pretty good, so you just run over them. And Levier, you do banish up a storm as well, so you can attach a material, bring one of the banish back, and synchro up with them, further some of your plays. So that's the main and extra deck. Let's get into the side deck real quick. We do 3 Max C, every deck special summons, every deck swarms, why not get some free draws while we're at it. I did not put Imperial on wall. I chose Lancia over wall, because Lancia can be activated during your opponent's turn, and we aren't really banishing during our opponent's turn, mainly just our own turn. And it's also a light engrave, so, you know, that's pretty good. And it can work as a hand trap as well. 3 Moon Mirror Shield to get over Towers Turbo, and make any monster on your field, no matter what it is, get over towers, really powerful, really good. 3 Wavering Eyes, get over, basically helps you in the clear matchup or any Pendulum deck, destroy all the Pendulum zones, do 500 burn, really good with that, and offer trap heavy decks. We do 3 Royal Decree, just get over their back row, make it so they can't use any traps, and yeah, what's there not to like, because we do lose pretty heavily to back row heavy decks, so that's the deck profile, guys. That's my Chaos Dragon deck, along with the extra deck and the side deck. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I put a lot of effort and time into making this deck. It's a really powerful deck. It's one of my favorite decks to play. So yeah, once again, let's get this video to 15 likes. I really would appreciate that. Don't forget to click the description. Follow me on Twitter and like the Facebook page. It is in the description box below. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and to see more epic and amazing videos similar to this one. See you guys.